Today, we're diving into an incredibly powerful business structure that many of the world's richest people use: holding companies. If you've ever wondered how billionaires and corporations manage multiple businesses without spreading themselves too thin, the answer is simple. They use a holding company. In this video, we'll cover what a holding company is, why they exist, the benefits they offer, the risk involved, and how you can set one up yourself. Make sure that you watch all the way through the end of the video today, guys, because we're going to share some successful examples of real-life holding companies and break down the exact steps you need to start your own. So let's get right into it. A holding company is just a business entity that holds and controls other businesses. But here's the interesting part. It doesn't necessarily run those businesses. So you can think of it like a tree. A holding company is the trunk, and each of its businesses is a branch growing out of it. The trunk supports and controls the branches, but each branch operates on its own. There are two main types of holding companies. The first one is a pure holding company. This type only exists to own other businesses. It doesn't sell products, provide services, or have any operations of its own. A good example of a pure holding company is Berkshire Hathaway, which owns Geico, Dairy Queen, and several other businesses but doesn't manage them directly. The second type is a mixed holding company, which owns subsidiaries but also runs its own business operations. A mixed holding company can be something like Tesla, which owns multiple subsidiaries while still selling cars underneath its own brand. So you might be asking, why do business owners and investors create holding companies instead of just owning businesses directly? One of the biggest reasons for using a holding company is to protect assets from lawsuits and liabilities. Let's say you own 3 businesses: a real estate company, an e-commerce store, and a restaurant. Let's say that restaurant gets sued for a food poisoning incident, then all of its assets are at risk. But if you structure things correctly and put your businesses under a holding company, the restaurant's liabilities don't affect your real estate business or your e-commerce business. Each company remains legally separate. And if you want even stronger asset protection, forming your holding company in the right jurisdiction makes a huge difference. What most people consider one of the best options for protection is a Nevis LLC inside a Cook Islands trust. Now, this is not financial advice. You really need to seek a professional to see what's right for your specific situation. But yeah, Nevis is an island in the Caribbean with some of the strongest asset protection laws in the entire world. If someone sues you personally, they will have a very hard time taking away your businesses. And if you prefer a US-based option, a Wyoming LLC with nominee managers is a good option as well. Now, this isn't always the case, and it's going to vary from situation to situation, but we have an entire video on this channel for you to tell you which state you should form your LLC in. So we'll leave that linked down below in the description. Be sure to check that video out. The bottom line is, by setting up your businesses correctly, you can legally shield your assets from lawsuits and creditors. Now, the second major benefit of a holding company is tax savings. Let's say you personally own shares in a company and it pays you dividends. You have to pay taxes on those dividends, reducing the money that you take home. But if a holding company owns the shares instead, the dividends received by the holding company are often tax-free. That means that more money stays inside your business and you can reinvest it to grow even faster. Now, just another disclaimer here, this is not tax advice. You really need to seek a professional to see what's right for your exact situation. And obviously, this is going to vary from state to state, so be sure to talk to a CPA before setting up the legal structure of your holding company and its subsidiaries. A holding company also lets you own and control multiple businesses without being tied down to managing each one yourself. So think about it in Warren Buffett's case, for example, with Berkshire Hathaway. He doesn't run every company that Berkshire Hathaway owns. He simply owns them and then lets the CEO of those companies handle the daily operations. As the owner of a holding company, you're like the CEO of some CEOs. You focus on the big picture strategy while hiring the right people to run each specific business. A holding company is often a great way to spread your financial risk across a couple different industries. If all of your money is in one business and it fails, then you could lose everything. But if your holding company owns several businesses across a couple different industries, you're more protected. If one business fails, the others can keep generating revenue. This is the whole idea of diversification and not having all your eggs in one basket. And this is exactly what companies like Berkshire Hathaway and Alphabet do. They own a wide variety of businesses to reduce their risk and increase their profits. Let's quickly look at some famous companies that use this structure. So like we said, Berkshire Hathaway owns Geico, Dairy Queen, Fruit of the Loom, and several other companies. Alphabet is the parent company of Google, YouTube, and several other tech businesses. LVMH owns Louis Vuitton, Dior, Moet and Hennessy, and many more luxury brands. Unilever owns Dove, Lipton, Hellmann's, and Ben & Jerry's. These companies show that a well-structured holding company can build an empire and create generational wealth. Now, holding companies are not perfect and there are some downsides to consider. Managing multiple businesses under one entity requires careful accounting and financial planning. You'll need a good team of accountants to be sure that you're tracking everything for all of your businesses. Also, as your holding company grows, the government may increase its scrutiny to prevent any potential monopolies from forming. Also, if you're not directly managing your businesses, you're going to have to trust your CEOs that are in place to make the right decisions. If you're still thinking about creating a holding company, here are the basic steps. Step number one is to define your purpose. Are you doing this for asset protection, tax benefits, or investment diversification? Step number two is to choose a structure. You're going to need to decide between a pure or mixing holding company. Step number three is to pick a jurisdiction. Nevis LLCs offer some of the best protection, but Wyoming LLCs also do as well. And if you're just operating in your state, then an LLC in your home state is going to work well too. Step number four is to file the paperwork. You'll need legal documents and tax filings, so hiring a professional is really recommended for this process. We actually have two companies we want to recommend to you to help you form your entity for your holding company. The first one is LegalZoom. They offer services to form LLCs and corporations, which can function as holding companies. They also provide guidance on creating subsidiaries, which is a common strategy in holding company structures. The second is Northwest Registered Agent. They specialize in registered agent services and business formations, and they have plenty of resources on setting up LLC holding companies and obtaining EINs for LLC-owned LLCs, which is super relevant for holding company setups. So we'll leave both of those links down below in the description of this video if you'd like to check them out. Also, right now, we'll actually show you how to walk through Northwest Registered Agent's platform to show you how simple it is to get your LLC set up for your holding company. Go ahead and click on that link down below in the description to Northwest Registered Agent, and we can join up here together to walk through their platform. Once you've clicked on that link down below in the description, it should bring you to a page that looks very similar to this, and you'll see for only $39, you can have your LLC formed for your holding company today. So let's go ahead and click Get Started. Now we need to choose the entity type. For the sake of this video, we're going to choose LLC. That's probably what you're going to do when you're setting up your holding company. And we need to select the state that we're going to choose. So I'm in California. I'm just going to choose California here. And you'll see that the filing options come up next. So for standard, it's $90 for 6 days. And this is a fee that you have to pay to the Secretary of State, whether you go through an LLC formation company or directly to the Secretary of State website for your state. So just know that Northwest doesn't get any of this money. Also, they'll file this beneficial ownership information form for you for only $25. This is a new requirement that started for LLC owners in 2024. And basically it'll save you some headache if you just have them do it for you. You have to report some information about the beneficial owners of your LLC, and it's just giving the government a little bit more insight into who owns the business. So we'll go ahead and turn that on. It's only 25 bucks. Let's go ahead and continue here. Now we need to name our business, and then they're going to add LLC to it. So let's go ahead and call it Deals Holding Company, and then you can choose to send a copy of lawsuits and legal notices to your attorney. We'll just leave that off for now. Now let's go ahead and enter the business purpose of our business. Now for the physical and mailing address for your business, you want to choose our registered agent address. With Northwest Registered Agent, you get a free year of registered agent service, which helps keep all of your private information off the public domain. This normally ranges from $99 to $200, $300, or $400 per year. It's actually free for the first year with Northwest Registered Agent. So be sure to use our registered agent address. That way you can keep all of your private information off the public domain. Once we're finished with that, let's go ahead and click Continue. Now you need to decide whether your company is a member managed or manager managed LLC. For the sake of this video, if you're creating a holding company, it's probably going to be you that's managing it. Unless you're hiring somebody to manage it for you, which is what you would be doing with your subsidiaries, then just go ahead and keep it member managed. So that means that you are managing it and you didn't hire somebody to manage it for you. Now I'll go ahead and put in my name here, and you can add other members as well. And again, make sure that you use our registered agent address so that you can keep your information off the public domain. Let's go ahead and continue here and put in some more contact details, and then continue now, and then continue again to our account setup where we can put in our email address and create a password. Now, once we've done that, you can bundle and save here. They give you a 90-day free trial of a secure website, up to 10 business email addresses, a business phone number and service. We won't need any of these right now, but go ahead and choose them if you like. And you can also bundle your own if you want to do that separately. Next, we get to the optional items, which are additional fees to the $39 for your formation. So you can get an EIN number, which is your tax ID. And if you have a social security number, it's only $50. They'll also file Form 2553 for you you for electing your LLC to be taxed as an S Corp. But for the sake of this video, we won't have that on for now. Just go ahead and look into S Corp taxation because it can save your LLC a lot of money. They also offer a premium mail service, a trademark service, and a trade name DBA. So let's go ahead and continue, and we'll go ahead and put in our credit card information here. And after that, before we click submit, let's go ahead and review our package. So for $39, we get that basic package. We get a registered agent service free for 1 year, and they waive the filing service fee. The 6-day processing, I would have to pay whether I go to the Secretary of State website or I use an online formation company, and that's $90. That goes directly to the state. The compliance filing is free. The free initial report is free. And then I added an EIN number, which is $50, and the BOI report, which is going to maintain compliance there for $25. A total of $204, super cheap considering that I had to pay $90 to the state anyway, basically around $100 to get everything set up with all the different add-ons today. Our total is $204, which is a great deal. When you're ready, just go ahead and click done and you'll be all set to go. All right, lastly, guys, step number 5 in creating your holding company is to invest wisely. Make sure that your subsidiaries are generating revenue and obviously align with your financial goals. Holding companies are one of the most powerful business structures for asset protection, tax savings, and wealth creation. If you set them up correctly, they can help you secure your assets, grow your businesses, and create long-term financial stability. So guys, if you found this video helpful and you want to see more videos like this in the future, please leave us a like, subscribe, comment down below, and hit that notification bell for more videos like this. Also, just a note, we'll leave all the resources we talked about in today's video, as well as LegalZoom and Northwest Registered Agent down below in the description. And if you do choose to use our links for the best pricing to either of those formation companies, then we do get a small referral fee at no additional cost to you. This really helps us keep creating free content like this for you, so thank you so much in advance for helping us out there. And the last thing we have for you today, guys, is this channel is dedicated to helping new and existing business owners understand everything that they need to know about LLCs. We review the best tools and platforms out there to help you set up, manage, and optimize your LLC. So guys, thank you so much for watching. We wish you the best on your entrepreneurship journey, and we will see you back again in the next video.